really want to give Gumayusi that champion. It's the Lux ban. So they've given Caitlyn, but they've taken away the Lux.
You can pair it with Morgana, you can pair it with a bunch of other poke long-range supports to have a similar pushing effect. Gumayusi's Caitlyn is 9-1 all-time, career record.
What's the plan? Does T1 first pick it? I think this is a surprise to them as well, the Lux ban.
You gotta throw out a surprise to crack this red side. You have to upset the meta.
So they think the Karma is the pushing factor. It's not Caitlyn or Varus.
Yeah.
So now does DRX take away the Caitlyn, but there's no real supports left that can contest this push. T1 have now picked away the supports for the push in face of this Lux ban.
This is already spicy. The lack of Caitlyn ban is already changing things up. What will be the first pick in the final game? The Azir, I would not be surprised. It's been so powerful in the series, and it's locked in for DRX.
You know, I think taking a Varus is probably the better idea. And then I think maybe we won't even see Caitlyn. No, they are going to go for the Caitlyn. They must have a support response. What has BeryL got up his sleeve? I cannot wait to find out.
He can pair with Zyra, Soraka, so much stuff. Let's see what he goes really deep for on the other side. I do think T1, like you're talking about, with the Varus, high priority there. And then do they want to take the Sylas before we go into the next two bans? Because DRX will protection ban.
There's the Varus. Aatrox is still up. Could see Faker's rise for game 5. Bit tough in terms of range, but it's his Viktor that he's going back to. Was incredibly pivotal in their almost winning game 2. Did so much damage, but it was Deft who shut him down.
Zeus lost too when he picked the Aatrox to Kingen's Camille. Really strong Camille from Kingen that time around, so they're not too scared of it either, and they're gonna let it drop through as well.
There's the Varus. So what's DRX gonna pick? They're gonna pick away the Aatrox and then ban away 2 top laners. It worked last game. The Kingen's Aatrox was absurd, so BeryL's definitely got something up his sleeve, and he's keeping T1 guessing.
Something is planned. Remember, BeryL is the only player outside of the T1/SKT banner to ever make World Finals back to back to back. The man's creative, the man is effective, the man's impressive, and I can't wait to see that pick.
Morgana, Zyra, Soraka. What will it be? T1 even trying to decide what does BeryL have? Can we snipe it? They don't even want to try and snipe him. And they go with the Sejuani instead.
Sejuani ban coming out. Maybe they're gonna ban something like Viego or Graves as well. I think Pyosik looks really comfortable in the Maokai, and against these immobile carries, it could work again. There's the Lee Sin ban targeting out Oner. We are in for a treat in this last pick ban phase. What has BeryL got for us? What has Zeus got for us in the top side into this Aatrox? Does he really want to run back the Fiora? Oner's going to have to dig deep for a jungler. Kindred is up. If Pyosik wants to play a game 5 and he wants comfort, he can go towards Kindred. But against champions like Varus and Viktor with so much poke, it is very tough to pull off.
It'll be banned away anyway. The final ban of the draft for T1 is that pocket pick, that comfort for Pyosik. We need to see jungler, and we need to see support from DRX. I would expect the support to be the final pick of the draft for maximum surprise factor.
Deft smiling. Is it Bard? Is he gonna go for the Bard in game 5?
Yes!
I love this guy's confidence. BeryL doesn't give a crap.
He's got a run of the map now, baby. If you can push and open up windows here for him to roam around, visit mid lane, visit top lane, BeryL can be everywhere. BeryL can be in your dreams. BeryL could be right behind you.
He can be in your nightmares as well, because when he lands that Bard ultimate, the Caitlyn trap follow-up is gonna be insane. There's the Viego from Oner. Now Zeus, can you surprise us? Is it gonna be a Fiora, a Camille? Or does he have something else in store into his Aatrox? Gnar was one of his biggest comforts. Gwen, GP could be another one.
We saw the Fiora fall short just last game. Is he willing to run that back? What will he take into this matchup? Zeus has been such a powerful player, such a standout factor, such a game winner for T1 throughout summer, throughout this year, and it's Gwen into the Aatrox.
Pulling the Gwen back out here. We'll see about the jungle pathing as well if they can get up there. Those plus the support timings heavily influence that scaling. Gwen, if you can get to multiple items, what a monster.
But here's the problem. T1 are very low on engage. They don't have a whole lot of ways to start the fight outside the chance of corruption. Hecarim for Pyosik.
Both these teams have thrown everything out of the window. They've come in with different strategies. A little bit of comfort as well. Pocket picks apiece. It's the last game of the year. It's the last game of these players this year. And they're going to put all the cards on the table. DRX have drafted Caitlyn, Bard, Hecarim into these immobile carries. And Zeus has gone for Gwen to get advantage over Kingen in the side lane.
This is it. This is your Game 5 draft. This is T1 versus DRX. The Hecarim and the Bard of DRX going up against the Gwen and Faker's Viktor yet again.
No more storylines. It all comes down to play now.
Not just a test of mechanics, it's a test of your mind. It's a test of your endurance, mental, emotional, physical. Everything is now on one final game of League of Legends. Faker versus Zeka, the greatest to ever do it, and one of the most impressive Worlds performances we've ever seen from an individual, head-to-head, one more time.
And Zeka has been a monster. Zeka has been punishing Faker over and over this series.
Level 1s seem a bit stock standard right now. Keria's very deep in the enemy jungle. I think DRX know that he's around there. BeryL's gonna base and swap over to Sweeper. We'll see if Keria can find a little bit of support gold here. T1 want to invade. It's a Hecarim. Hecarim is so weak level 1. It looks like they want to take away that buff. Pyosik knows it. Needs to be very careful though. He could face check all of T1. If he moves towards this bot side jungle, he's around mid right now. Thinks twice about it. Is he gonna...
Oh, this is so concerning.
Pyosik sees them.
Okay. Patience. The patience pays off. He waits. He goes for the safe route just over the wolves. T1 immediately on spawn.
Yeah, Keria can push him off these though. So Pyosik's gonna lose his bot side jungle. Try to keep the Q stacks and move towards Raptors, clear up. What can DRX do with this? Gumayusi, they're gonna try and zone him away from the lane, try to deny him some creeps.
That means you're gonna lose out though because Oner got level 2 off blue buff, so now you're pushing the lane away. Jungle coming down to help out Guma and Keria get right back to lane.
Yeah, Guma will pick up all the creeps, gets the experience, might lose a couple in terms of gold, so DRX get the wave in, and they're facing a split map scenario, but I think Oner will go through mid to top side and try to control these 3 quadrants.
I think it's really smart getting the early level 1 invade on this Hecarim. Very vulnerable champion to getting invaded upon. See if Pyosik can salvage some of this. Zeka, mid lane pressure, definitely has a big part in if he can get something back. It's just the blue buff that was stolen away though, and DRX saw Viego going back into the jungle, so not going to be too heavily hit.
And let's remember the state of the draft. It was Caitlyn left open, but it was Karma picked first. That means T1 really wants to be able to have push, wants to be able to have control in this bottom lane early. With the Karma and the Varus together, you can see Zeka pushing in Faker here early on in the mid lane matchup as topside Zeus has lane control versus Kingen. In terms of the state of junglers, you can see it's still just Oner pathing through his jungle. He skipped Krugs, going towards that top part of the map. Pyosik's already done his recall.
Yes, he has at that. Just clear off red quadrant. Very low health he was. You recall early for Hecarim. It's not that bad. You can still get your boots for the extra move speed, the extra damage conversion there, and go clean up his Gromp and Wolves. As we said, only the blue was taken, so not too heavily hit.
Mike?
There's no vision right now either. He could smite this grab and go for it.
Yeah, he could, but I think T1's bot lane are very cautious. TP on Varus, of course, into the Caitlyn. And this really stinks for DRX. They need this Caitlyn lane to get the push and start poking the Varus on the tower. The Karma is the factor that allows T1 to push back against the Caitlyn. Zeka needs to react to this flash W from Oner. He needs to react to it, otherwise he's going to die.
Oner does not give him the time. Zeka flashes late, and T1 takes first blood.
Genius move here from Oner over the back of the Raptor wall, and it's even worse for Zeka. He flashes afterwards and still dies because Faker's got the Q-empowered auto in the air.
Oner testing Zeka there. Zeka failed the test. First blood over to T1, and that kill will get him a Caulfield's in base. Oner now going to cycle back through his camps. Pyosik struggling to find anything. All these lanes from DRX are getting pushed in. The Aatrox, the Azir, the Caitlyn are sitting on the tower. If Zeka reacts to this flash W, then it's just an even trade and he'll TP back, but he doesn't. He steps back into it as he gets the auto attack weave in. And like you said, Kobe, to rub salt in the wound, he flashes and dies.
Yeah.
Now for Pyosik, what can he get back? It's Oner first to the play. Oner first to get his team going ahead. This Hecarim, he knows he has a lot of gank potential. He knows that if he can find the angle, there's moves to be made. The problem is, it's tough when T1 are playing right. Now Oner's coming around again. Zeka has no flash, but he's able to get behind the minions. He'll get out of this one, but Oner really trying to index towards Faker in this mid lane early on in game 5.
Yeah, again, burning cooldowns, burning mana off of Zeka, taking away the safety of that vision, putting his own control ward right back up here so he can control this very important pathway here. Start up the dragon. They've got bottom lane pushing. The multiple ganks towards mid have gotten them mid pressure, so it's an easy first dragon for T1.
Pushing lanes because there's no real threat. The Hecarim needs level 6. Like you just highlighted there, Kobe, the pushing lanes are so powerful in letting you use neutral objectives, and T1 are aware of it. Shut down the Hecarim early. Pyosik needs to farm to 6 before he can impact the map, so T1 can start getting these early game advantages. Top crab spawning soon. Oner might path his way up there. Herald's in 2 minutes. Pyosik needs to get to 6 before that spawns. Looking for some Raptors though.
Trying to steal him away a little bit. Walks on up, pops Spirit of Dread. Gets himself right back out. And now top side, the fights continue. Zeus versus Kingen. Zeus with the ulti, finds a lot of needlework there into Kingen, who's not able to continue the trade after already using the cooldowns, and Oner will again look for Zeka in mid. He will chase him away as Faker absorbs this wave. Meanwhile, back in top, Q3 hits the mark. Infernal Chain, solo kill for Kingen in the top lane.
Best top laner in the world, who? 369 and Zeus is the discussion. Kingen's in the World Finals. He had an amazing game 3 and 4, and now in this game 5, solo kills Zeus.
When the pressure is on, it's Kingen who stands tall. What a beast. And he's gonna go for the recall right now as the wave is also slowly pushing into him. So Oner has to show himself on this top wave to push it in for Zeus. Such top lane difference here for Kingen. Back to back, this Aatrox pick again.
And this relieves so much pressure on DRX. Mid lane's been struggling, a lot of ganks towards there and focus from Oner. Deft and BeryL have been on a split map against the Karma support with Bard under their tower, but top lane is now winning. Herald is spawning in a minute. Kingen has the early serrated Durkins, can start pressuring this lane. Zeus even had the counter pick here. Gets level 6 here, Zeus, and I think he tries to find the all-in, but Kingen gets a small trade off. They reset, and then on the re-engage, Kingen kills him.
Exactly, goes for the minions, levels up, uses all of the needlework there. He knows Zeus has nothing left. The ghost was already used here, so Kingen right on in, hits the Q3. Infernal Chain means he's dead.
No way out. She turns right back into a doll and falls over as the Aatrox popping off here for DRX in the top side. Keeping this game nice and close. Still 3 minutes until the next Drake spawns, but Herald's gonna be spawning soon. T1 have controlled early objectives so well in this game, but Oner's also got his eyes on the bottom lane of DRX. Deft has no resources to work with, and he must take a recall.
They're going to lose a couple plates here, DRX. T1, not only do they get the split map and the jungle invade, they also have TP on Gumayusi, so they get a free base. Deft struggling, Kingen is going to start up the Herald. It'll be a cross-map trade, but T1 are going to get so much from this play.
Yeah, Caedrel, you were talking about Pyosik's level 6 and where is he going to go. He's going straight to his winning lane with Kingen here. They started up on Vision, and again, T1 have made the call. They leave Guma pushing those plates on bottom.
But they can't finish the Herald. They know T1's ready to contest. Baker's coming up now too. Pyosik, defensive ulti over the wall. Kingen with a World Ender. He's stuck inside the gravity well, but he goes forward. Baker dies. Zeka gets it. The shuffle to get the rest of them away. Keria has made his way up into the top side. BeryL goes for the flash binding, but he won't grab it. DRX get the kill, and they're back onto the Herald.
My God, Kingen is playing out of his mind right now, up against T1. They're at a disadvantage from the get-go because Pyosik had to use so many resources to get out, but Kingen goes in. They secure this objective. They were supposed to in the first place, but T1 trying to fight them back, testing the waters in this topside river.
And Zeka doesn't miss a beat. He follows him right back up with the Azir. Flash, pushback play with the ultimate. DRX secure the Rift Herald for themselves. They wrest control back.
All bottom side though. Gumayusi with the level 6 versus level 5 advantage goes for the Chains of Corruption. BeryL getting away from Faker here as he retreats into the top side river. Faker will chase him as long as he can, but BeryL is already gone. Let's take another look at the Rift Herald fight.
Okay, so this is the setup, and you see both mid laners coming over through the river. Because Pyosik goes on this run through the enemy jungle, has to ult all the way around the outside. Kingen then is the one who takes charge, goes right at Faker. Zeka, no hesitation, follows him to finish it off, and then pushes out Oner and Zeus so they can refocus on that Herald.
I wonder if he wants to push them in instead, and he's trying to finish off Faker as he dashed forwards. Nevertheless, they get the kill, and they get the Herald. Kingen landing in all the sweet spots on that Aatrox, moving back to one top. Dragons up in 40 seconds. BeryL, of course, we saw off screen. He missed the flash Q like you highlighted, Flowers, and now he needs the level 6. They have the Herald if they want to brute force through a lane, but I feel like they need to repay Deft in this lane disadvantage with the Herald.
And I think where he goes with that level 6 you're talking about is straight at Faker. That is a no flash Viktor now after the last play. So Bard ultimate is prime.
The Drake in 20 seconds. The first one already in T1's pocket. You can see them trying to maintain control over the bottom side river. BeryL gets a stun into the wall on Keria to even out support health bars, but it's Pyosik being found by Oner here in the river. He's got to retreat. Viego's going to take care of him there in that 1v1. And with the enemy jungler half HP, T1 has control over the river to start the Drake. Now there is a control ward for DRX. They're going to see what's going on here. So Oner drags it outside the wall where there is no vision, but he does not have the confidence to stick around. DRX is still willing to contest this.
Kingen is the only reason they can contest this. He pushed in top all the way and he's moved towards mid. T1 wanted to start it up, but the Aatrox was collapsing down. Now in this 5v4 scenario, DRX will start it up. Zeus has TP. Kingen can TP back top though.
Exactly, it's a beautiful plan. They can make the play on Dragon, force 5v4, and then just have Kingen teleport back to his top turret.
Well, the Dragon's low. Oner's coming in. Is this going to be another steal? BeryL will block it with the CC. Beautifully buffered from Oner with a Heartbreaker to escape the Bard ulti. And that's DRX tying up the neutral objective count.
Kingen here, going to go for the recall to purchase and then go back to top side. Because the wave already dealt with here at the tower from Zeus. Cannon minion moving in.
No flash on Faker. Pyosik has the ult. Zeka has the shuffle.
He's not going to get the angle just yet. Pyosik looking for it. There's your engage. Knocks him back out of the gravity well. Knocks him into the shuffle. Knocks him to his doom. And Zeka gets the kill. But now he's going to run. Remember, there's no ulti for Oner, but he's still going to grab the kill. 1-for-1 on mid laners as Zeus wants to run down Pyosik. Oner's ready to go. Stolen Azir body means 2 for T1.
They're not out yet. Oner now going to ult over the back of the Raptors to escape.
Here comes Kingen.
Kingen's ready to go. Zeus is trying to retreat. Q1, Infernal Chains. Q2, but Q3 ain't gonna hit. Zeus walks out.
Faker falls, but it's the younglings of T1 and Zeus and Oner that carry him through the play. DRX are focusing down this immobile Viktor, but they're ready to respond. Oner gets a couple kills back. Zeus chases Pyosik away, and it all comes off the back of this engage in mid, Kobe.
Exactly, Zeka starts it out. He doesn't want to fully commit at the beginning, waiting for the Hecarim here to get just close enough. Ults Faker back into the wall. They know he has no flash, so he can't disengage. But Oner's not going to let them get away with that one. Nails the stun onto Zeka, then picks up his body and is able to use his ear to get over the wall to follow up on Zeus's play.
Oner has targeted Zeka twice now with that Spectral Maw, and twice now he has found his mark. T1 are fighting back.
Herald used mid. Little bit of gold over to Zeka. Mythic in his favor, has the Ludens already. Faker has flash up. Zeka's ult's coming back off cooldown as well. 1 minute 30 seconds away from the Herald. DRX need to keep this mid pressure. Deft has been struggling in the lane phase. Herald used mid. Doesn't get a couple of plates gold. Needs to get towards that Mythic.
God, Oner has done so much for T1 this series.
Yeah.
So many clutch objective steals. And here, answering these kills in game number 5, setting themselves up to retake some vision. Now working with Keria on that support roam timer. Meanwhile, Pyosik wants to look top. Zeus has no ghost.
Zeus also now without the W. Gwen is not immune. Pyosik with a devastating charge, bringing him right back into the range of Kingen. And Pyosik gets the kill.
Great setup there for the DRX top jungle. Kingen is 2 levels up on Zeus. Mid and bot have been a little bit even and behind for DRX on the bot side especially, but top lane, Kingen has been taking charge in this game 5.
And now bottom side, it's Gumayusi and Keria trying to push up as they know their top side has just taken another hit. Gumayusi and Keria, without having to deal with turret plates anymore, should be able to find the first turret of the game right here. Yes, they will. It's Gumayusi getting the credit.
They've been so powerful, so reliable, and they showed it. The first pick, Karma, instantly locking this one in. They pay their team back. They take down the first turret. Massive gold lead once again for Guma. And this time, he's on the lethality Varus, so that poke is really going to sting.
It is indeed Kobe, and BeryL's looking to cancel some bases there, try to stop the backs, try to give DRX more time around mid. Pyosik might look to get Faker's flash again, but Zeka gets stunned up. BeryL just trying to move up and down the river. Bot tower is down, so the Bard is free to roam.
And we can have them roam over to that Rift Herald. Rift Herald number 2 just arriving to the Rift now. So we'll see about this setup. No hesitation from DRX. They're helping Zeka get the mid push first.
And they're grouped up as a team. They're looking for picks. They're seeing what they can do.
Meanwhile, T1 again, they've got Guma on the bottom side, and with Guma channeling this recall here, looks like they, not gonna go for it. Teleport comes out here from Zeka though.
Guma also has a teleport to be able to join up. DRX have started the Herald, but T1's ready to fight for it. They're gonna bring Faker in with a TP now too. Caitlyn trap hits Zeus. He's gonna lose a little bit of HP, but a lot of patience being lost on the Herald now. Down to 1600, down to 1100. It resets. And now what about the fight? Pyosik at half HP. DRX still grouped up. T1 still trying to contest for this. Herald at 7,000. Kingen back into the pit. He stands alone from the rest of DRX now. He'll continue holding Herald aggro.
This could be the decider of the championship. Kingen off the side, Pyosik getting chunked out. T1 get the Herald.
Dragon's coming up pretty quickly here in 16 seconds. DRX gonna retreat through mid lane.
No, Zeka's gonna put some damage on him. Kingen staying on the flank. He's gonna look for it, but a flash out from Faker keeps him safe. World Ender is a very important cooldown on a very fed member of DRX, but they've got prio, they've got first shot here at the bottom side objective now.
And they can just trade it. That's actually a pretty good trade for them, getting secondary tower. T1 though, you look at the response instantly with their macro. Oner goes top side, they've got the Rift Herald, they're gonna shove down these towers and make a hard push.
They might look for tier 2 as well. DRX have to use a lot of time to get this dragon down. Kingen's moving up, should be in time to cover it, but look at Faker, he's trying to back up the top jungle of T1. Trying to look for that second tower will be a huge gold injection into Zeus if they can get it. Kingen needs to be very careful here. Faker is still around. Keria showing mid. Deft backing up his top laner. Zeus goes forwards.
Zeus trying to look for Kingen here, but Zeus losing a lot of HP. Still has the big shot of needlework. Throws it out now. Kingen's gonna keep chasing him off. Ace in the hole. Only hits Oner. No big deal. T1 will get the one turret there in the top side, but a defense on the tier 2 from DRX.
Small gold lead for T1, but DRX have that second dragon. Mountain Soul, incredibly powerful the longer this game goes on. Can negate a lot of damage in these team fights. Zeka's gonna pick up the blue buff. All towers still up for T1 though. DRX yet to crack one open. T1 have found 2.
Guma has been so good with this Varus, with these snipes. I want to see what he can accomplish this game because the slow reduction on the Boots of Swiftness works on self-slows as well. We'll see if that means the difference between hitting the snipe, hitting the critical kill. Pyosik, though, making use of his move speed on Hecarim has been very lithe.
DRX's comp is very good at punishing no-flash targets. Bard ultimate, the shuffle. Here it is!
Oh, but it misses. Gumayusi stepped forward to dodge, and now he has to flash to be able to get away. T1 will lose that critical summoner spell on their AD carry, but Faker's now the target. Devastating charge, onslaught of shadows, but not enough damage. Zeka has to get away as Oner's ready to follow up. Pyosik is too far forward, and Faker takes him out. Now Oner's got the charge to chase Zeka. He's gonna look for it. BeryL's ready to try to protect, and he gets him away on a magical journey.
It's Oner again to the rescue. He comes in for the counter on the Viego. He defends again. Faker now going to be able to push off the back of that. They've got the extra person advantage with Pyosik still sitting on a 12-second death timer. T1 pushing all 3 lanes.
It's the battle of the mid-jungles. T1 coming out ahead. 100% kill participation for Oner and Faker. Ever since the start of the game, Oner's been trying his best to get Faker ahead. He is marginally in levels. Look at this again. Faker, no flash, lands the fear onto Faker, but Zeka can't do a lot of damage right now, and Oner is there to follow up. Flash stuns Pyosik, who has no ghost. They get the reset on the kill. They chase down Zeka, but he manages to get out.
Every time they go at Faker, he unloads a big combo. Pyosik, though, my goodness, going down so quickly there. Oner jumps on him. Gotta brush it off.
Yep. Just have to think about the next play. This is your last game. It's all decided here. TP coming in from Faker. T1 want to pressure down this mid tower. DRX, not a lot of wave clear to respond.
BeryL's getting locked down, but he gets away. Lots more damage pouring in, but not enough to kill him just yet. Pyosik's coming around from the side. Kingen's on the flank now too. They're waiting on the TP to come in. Gumayusi's going to be targeted. He tries to get away, but he's going to take it out first. Zeka's trying to get away. They're finding more damage as Oner's about to fall down to Pyosik now. Zeus wants to fight against Kingen. The maul keeps him alive, and DRX is winning the fight. Shadow was still ready. Faker dies. Zeka goes in, and Keria will die. 2-4 for nothing. DRX.
Pyosik brushes himself off, he gets back up, and he gets the engage to break the game open. That's gonna be DRX on Baron. They take down 4 of T1. The flank from Pyosik on the top side, and then teleport in from Zeka.
DRX circled T1 like sharks, herding them in. T1 didn't find a response. Guma, can he steal it?
Guma will have to fire right here.
What the fuck?
Gumayusi steals Baron to save this game.
The Varus pick! Again, with the empowered Q snipe, Guma snipes away the hopes of DRX.
I'm speechless. DRX, how? It's all falling apart again. Well, look at the play. DRX collapse onto T1. They get the kills, and they manage to pick up 4. Then they move towards the Baron. It comes off a great engage from Pyosik and Kingen. Deft almost dies to Zeus. The TP from Zeka was great for the flank. But again, they go towards Baron, and it all falls apart.
Again, you're exactly right. This is amazing. Zeka with the flank comes in. They get 4 kills off of this. Pyosik chases it through with the Hecarim. His ultimate came back up. They get Faker, they get Keria, but they don't get Baron. Holy.
DRX, I think
moments before disaster.
Yeah, that's after the fight. I don't think
moments before.
How does Gumayusi get this? Does he even have vision? Blue Orb comes in, he must just about see it. The arrow of a lifetime. The steal of a lifetime from Gumayusi. That's twice in this series he's done it. T1 grab onto a miracle, and they have a chance in this game again.
T1 have more than a chance. They have a push here in the bottom lane. Everybody's ready to go. Zeka staying on the tier 2 in the top side. T1 have already broken the tier 3. They are looking for the inhibitor, and they will already take it.
Blue team's turret.
Dragon's up. T1 want to move towards it. They got the inhib. Tier 2 top fell as well. Faker has flash.
He has the flash. Pyosik's trying to get it from him. Nice ulti coming out from BeryL, but Kingen is here in a 1v4. Kingen is about to die. He will drop. T1 has taken out the Fed player. BeryL gets away over the wall, and DRX are collapsing.
T1 are running this game now. The push in mid comes through, but Zeka's here to respond. Dragon is up, so that should be a pretty easy exit objective. 2,000 gold lead for T1 right now in this game 5.
The power of a single ability, a single steal. T1 picking up the kills, they pick up the dragon in the aftermath. That will haunt Pyosik forever.
They need to stay composed now, DRX. The siege is over. It's heartbreak again, but they've never failed to bounce back every single time. Level-headed, 2 items on the Caitlyn. Azir will be their late-game insurance, but T1 just got a massive injection of gold.
Absolutely incredible from T1. When the pressure is on, leave it to the winningest organization in the history of League of Legends to have the players, to have the composure, and to have the skill to claw their way back. What a series. What a game 5. as T1 continue their command over the rift. Moving up, clearing the vision. Kingen is in a very precarious situation, perhaps.
Yeah.
They're going to see him there with Oner's sweeper. It will show the red silhouette. 4 minutes until the Drake, 2.5 minutes until the Baron. Not really any objectives to fight over. Pyosik activated the devastating charge, but meanwhile the T2, here on the top side, will fall to T1.
Zeka will respond with the bot tower, but a lot more gold into T1's back pocket. The cross map's okay. DRX will be in time to wave clear. Next Baron's up in 2 minutes. I think DRX are just stalling till that spawns. 2 dragons apiece. Small gold lead for T1. But I think it's going to be pretty even around these fights. It's going to be very nuanced onto who can find the carries. Can Kingen land multiple Qs? Can Pyosik find the engage onto Gumayusi? No Mikhail's up just yet.
Yep, again, you talked about it before, Caedrel. The BeryL ultimate from Bard on one of these low mobility carries. Right now, Faker, no flash. If they can catch him, they can
Zeus.
follow it up with a trap. Zeus with the ghost instantly, though, for the move speed to run.
Yep, he can get out from it. Kimtech Putrefier, Kimtech Tank, I should say, was not used. Zeus still looking to maybe come back and fight this. Has the needlework ready. Pyosik goes on a magical journey. T1 now, Faker's very low. Kingen's fighting 1v2. He gets himself away. It's a defensive ulti from Oner back over the wall.
He almost won that fight. Faker didn't have the flash, but he manages to get away. DRX are going to clear out these waves. Inhib still down, of course. 1 minute away from the Baron, and everyone will shift their attention towards the top side of the map.
Look at that grab. What on earth? Look at that drop at 20 minutes
that's the
because
Baron
of the
right there.
foil. That's an arrow right through the gold chart. T1 and DRX leaving it all on the rift here today. T1 about to take out their 7th turret.
DRX have bounced back from worse situations in game, though. Again, refocus on the task at hand. This is the last game of the year. BeryL now trying to fight for some vision. Instantly disengages.
Yup. He knows how dangerous this is. He knows how deadly that fog of war is. With 30 seconds until the Baron spawns, T1 have control over the topside river.
And we're going to keep our eyes on Faker. With this Lichbane build here, you can pump out a lot of damage if you can stay in a dangerous range, auto attack range of your opponents. Can he stay safe, though? Still waiting on a few more seconds from his flash cooldown. Purchases up the stopwatch for himself.
Yep. Mid push still coming in. DRX need to crack this mid tier 1. It's such a pain to get vision. It's really hard to walk in enemy jungle when that tower is up. T1 still have a lot of topside vision. Faker pushed in the waves all the way to tier 3. DRX barely trying to get vision in their own jungle. Baron is up with the poke Varus. It's not as fast as they might want, but with Viego and Viktor, they can rush it down. Kingen has the TP.
Exactly. Kingen trying to push out that bottom wave and wait for T1 to start it. Here it comes. They don't have the best turn off of Baron. They don't have the best pick here for T1. It would have to come from Guma with the ultimate from Varus, sniping someone.
That's really the only engage mechanism available to T1. Deft's going to utilize the range of the Caitlyn there to try to safely clear out some of these wards, putting the traps inside the brush just to make sure if anybody steps too far forward, they're going to be caught out. Mist from Viego will allow him to step a little bit further forward. Inhib respawns at a pretty critical timer here for the side of DRX, but BeryL is about to die. Zeus gets it, and that could be big for T1.
DRX need to move in here. They need to look for a steal. Pyosik's only way over is the ultimate. There's no way out. They need some vision. Pink ward in the pit will spot the Baron. Pyosik's in the vicinity.
Pyosik's looking for it, but Keria's zoning him away. T1 took some serious damage there from the Baron. They're going to get chased off.
Against all odds again, DRX numbers disadvantage. They hold on, Dragon up in 20. They're shifting their eyes down towards this bot side. T1 need to take a base. Level 16 is here right now. The range on DRX is so powerful. T1 are struggling.
BeryL's going to be back up for this Dragon, coming straight from base. Here we go.
Look at Pyosik. He's moving his way
Wrapping around.
Trying to keep the
He wants to flank. He has ult ready.
Yeah, he's going to look for a flank onto the carries. T1 are completely unaware of his positioning. They'll see this push here and maybe spot out Kingen, but they won't know where Pyosik is.
Zeus is going to walk towards the brush, but he won't take a ton of damage there from Kingen's surprise attack. Kingen makes his way into the pit. Pyosik is still behind them. Oner takes a chunk. Drake at about 5,000. Zeus gonna move into the pit. He's ready for that angle now. Keria, Oner, both chunked a little bit. Zeka and the rest of DRX are not damaging the Drake any further. They're gonna allow it to reset. Kingen to a flank. Kingen finds Keria right when they need it most. But now he takes some damage back. He has to walk it off. The Drake's at 4K. A little bit of damage over the wall. BeryL's trying to block it. Dragon is secured. Gumayusi is down. And T1 are trying to fight back. Pyosik's under fire. He will drop. It is a 2 for 3 for 2 in the fight. Excuse me, but what kind of League of Legends are we watching? Good Lord.
Madness is what we're watching. Pyosik gets the dragon this time. DRX secure the objective. They secure the smite. And Kingen in the brush immediately deletes Keria. Hello.
Yeah, just walks onto the trap. He gets blown up instantly. DRX, even though the flash came in, and then Guma has to flash, so then the Bartle from BeryL lands onto Gumayusi, but I feel like DRX really overcommit onto the Varus and walk into the waiting arms of Zeus and Oner. They managed to get the AD carry down. They invest so much, however, that Oner gets the resets.
Look at that. Oner blasting them, picking up the Aatrox body from the Fed Kingen as well, and zapping down the last kill. Gold pretty close still with the extra dragon here leading up to Soul Point now. And Keria knows. Walking into that trap, into that brush, into that Aatrox.
It's the same story as the entire series. Gold lead over to T1, Dragon lead over to DRX. They're on Soul Point. They're happy waiting the game out. Deft's getting closer and closer to that Infinity Edge breakpoint. When he gets that item, he's going to do out so much damage, and he's so very close. T1 wants to play. The side laners aren't even pushing sides anymore. It looks like they're grouping up. Zeus is going towards top now, but Kingen is hovering around the bot side jungle.
DRX have mid pushed out. It is a lot of focus here in this mid lane. Both teams now taking an opportunity, resetting a little bit. Baron is on the map, no Drake for 3 minutes. Critically, DRX did get the objective in that last fight. Zeus gonna back away as he sees BeryL here. DRX still maintaining a defensive position, seeing if there's anything to find, but Zeus gets away with the blast cone. The game, only 2,000 gold apart, 30 minutes in. Now the Infinity Edge, active for Deft, is going to be a big difference maker.
Zeus close to the Rabadons as well. A moment to take a breath. And San Francisco, are you not entertained?
A little bit of extra speed there for Pyosik. That devastating charge isn't going to be used for a whole lot just yet. Zeka with the Ludens, with the Shadow Flame, Banshee's Veil now completed. T1 still defending the mid lane tier 1 turret. It is 3 turrets to 7. T1 have taken many, many more objectives this game. Zeus will move into the pit. He'll clear out some of the vision. BeryL gets poked down by some of the fire from Gumayusi's arrows.
2 minutes on Dragon. Soul Point, of course, for DRX. Let's not forget, the Baron dance continues around Vision, around this wave in mid. DRX really need this tower if they want to start controlling the map. T1 have been holding on.
And as they dance, again, Guma has no flash. He dodged away from the Bard ultimate this time, but DRX still push in. They get what they came for.
That Bard ultimate, it was just to create space for a couple of seconds. Zeus running away from Kingen. Zeus has level advantage here. Kingen doesn't find sweet spot on the Q3, but he's got backup. Zeus is going to be caught. DRX moving in for the T1 top laner, and they got him 5v1.
Kingen's got teammate advantage. DRX rally around their top laner. Now with that extra kill, they can easily push down topside and slip into this barren river.
40 seconds on Zeus and he has TP. DRX still have a couple of ultimates to work with. They've had so much heartbreak around this Baron. Are they willing to start it up again? Oner's alive. T1 have the mid push. They're going all for it. All the cards are on the table.
Flank, flank, flank. They're wrapping around.
Yep, keep your eyes on Pyosik and on BeryL. DRX, they don't even have their jungler in the pit. They are not going to commit to the Baron. They are looking for some sort of a play. BeryL is burning, but they're ready. They're turning. Pyosik has Faker. Keria barely lives. He's trying to run away, but Zeka and Pyosik are still chasing him down. A bullet to the head, and Deft pulled the trigger.
They get the flank off. Keria fights it, and T1 tried to attack it, but it still works. Pyosik finds Faker.
And Faker doesn't have TP. DRX don't even go towards the Baron. Dragon Soul's up in 35 seconds. They know they have a few seconds of a time window to force down the Dragon. What's the call here from DRX? They're avoiding the Baron. We're going to look at this fight again. Zeka is the hero.
Keria here, look at this, he finds the flank and T1 all come to try and attack it. BeryL so low, heals himself, but that just leaves the opening. Pyosik and Zeka. You mentioned the Azir sweep, he hits Faker with it, dies before the body hits the ground.
We need to go back to live. The ult comes out onto Keria. Looks like DRX have based. They're on this dragon, but T1 are going to threaten a Baron rush, so DRX will get the soul. Pyosik's here.
BeryL will try to keep everybody away, try to interfere as much as he can. Pyosik and Zeka working on the Drake. 5,000 HP left. Deft wants to get away. A lot of threat coming out from the needlework. Kingen's very low. He goes into the stasis. He's still going to live, but only for a moment. Kingen down. Soul for DRX, but it'll be Baron for T1.
They're going to force on it and try and make DRX come to them. 5v4 advantage. They're burning it down. Oner has smite. Pyosik does not.
No Kingen. No Kingen. This has to be a no-go for DRX. They will back away now.
You're absolutely right, Flowers. Deft was really low HP as well. Had to use the summoners to escape. T1 managed to get the Baron in trade for the soul. DRX were trying to stall them, so they just ran headfirst into them to force the fight. Pushed back Deft, killed Kingen. And now what can T1 get done with this Baron? The soul will last forever. The Baron's only going to be up for a couple minutes.
Very dangerous pushing on the side lane as well. Now that death cap has come in for Zeus. Total damage done at the top of the charts. Both top laners. Let's take a look at the spread though. 1-3-1 initially. Zeus
Doesn't see them. They've gone back to base.
gets the outline.
Zeka gets the Rabadon, so this is here getting closer and closer to full build.
This is the game 5 we were promised. This is the perfect ending to this series. Both teams are just battling here in game number 5. Deft with the Caitlyn working on that 4th item. It's not been a fantastic game for him, falling behind early on. But now that he's fed, now that it's late game, things are going to be a little scary. Faker at half HP, Ace in the hole, doing a good job chunking him out. And DRX, they've dropped the Sun Disc there in mid. But there's nothing to play for here on the top side. Baron still under the possession of T1.
DRX make a nice hard push on mid and top lane to try and nullify and reduce the amount that T1 can get with this Baron. They're just trying to delay, because then they come out ahead with the power of this Mountain Soul.
Oh, nice.
Baron buff wasting away.
Yeah, and Deft's getting closer and closer towards that Bloodthirster. Caitlyn can become so powerful. T1 don't actually have a reliable auto-attack champion other than the Viego and the Gwen. They really carry as a poke champion, whereas Deft will get closer to 6 items. Azir as well, such powerful late-game scalers that will meld through T1, so they want to push their advantage while they have this Baron buff. Only 1 minute left on it.
And remember, the only real catch or engage on T1 is the ulti from Gumayusi. He was the hero with the arrow back at the Baron, but now T1 are trying to use what's left of this 45 seconds of Baron buff.
Look at these wards behind T1. They need to be really careful if they overstep. Kingen can TP behind them.
Zeus will be ready and waiting for Pyosik. Pyosik's gonna have to ult out of this one, you would think. No! Gumayusi gets the kill, and T1 are 5v4.
Guma nailed him with the chains of corruption, and Pyosik falls. 40 more seconds on his death timer now, and look at this, the brush play from Kingen. Can he pull it back?
Baron buff falling off in 15 seconds. Bot lane inhibitors open. Zeus might be caught here, Kingen.
Zeus does not have an ulti. They used it for the pick. Now he's going to try to run from Kingen, who keeps the chase going. Q2 finds him. Q3's not going to get nothing more than a chicken. DRX still trying to hold on. Deft backing away. Zeka backing away. T1 looking for the inhib. You would think they should be able to find this one, no problem. There it is. T1 take bot lane inhib for the 2nd time this game.
I can't imagine how much pressure all of these players are under in this game 5. T1 managed to crack that inhibitor like you highlighted, Flowers. But they still have the Mountain Soul. The pick didn't net them an end. Elder's up in 2 minutes 20, Baron's up in 2 minutes 40, roughly the same time on the spawns. So they're going to need to juggle both the objectives to make sure, most importantly, the Elder doesn't go over for free.
So much riding on this next team fight. Instantly picking up as many stopwatches as you can. Guardian Angel over here. Zhonya has been there for Faker.
Yeah.
He disengages. This fight means everything.
What a series. This one's delivering, man. Everything I hoped for.
What?
Everything I hope for is what we're getting, and now we're seeing so many champions get so powerful. Just like it's been this whole series, it's gonna come down to execution.
Yeah.
It's gonna come down who can really stand tall in these biggest of moments.
It's gonna be a very fitting ending to what has been such a beautiful story between these two teams. T1, the bounce back and the struggles from MSI, and DRX, the surprise to the world. Elder up in 1 minute 20 seconds. Trying to contest a little bit of bot side vision here. T1 looking to see if they can find a pick.
DRX don't have to deal with a Baron anymore, but they still have to deal with walking into the fog that is their own bottom side jungle. T1 will clear out any wards they come across. They still have a small gold lead, but at 39 minutes into the game, it's not that big of a deal. Bloodthirster for Deft. A little bit of extra survivability, sustainability here in the fights.
We've mentioned multiple times how little CC T1 have to work with. They gain so much from being at the objective first, forcing DRX to go through these small pathways, let them hit the skill shots. Guma on the front line.
Guma's on the front line. Ace in the hole is only going to hit the shield.
The last time T1 went to a Game 5 in a World Championship was against Damwon, and it came down to an Elder Dragon fight. Here we are, a year later in the finals. Same story.
BeryL goes for the ulti, but Faker has fast enough feet to barely dodge forward out of it.
Guma no flash, Guma no ultimate. Oner blows up the blast cone though. Kingen finding his way around. This Aatrox, a pest in the T1 side. They're going through mid though.
Yeah, they're going through mid here, T1. DRX are pinging this top wave. There's a threat of an end. Kingen's on the flank.
Kingen's looking for it. He has been the X factor, but BeryL's gonna die. He barely gets away. Pyosik's on the retreat. BeryL stays alive somehow. Redemption's coming down, it's gonna heal him up. T1 moved in. Kingen was not able to respond there with the flank. He'll steal the enemy red buff for the upcoming fight. T1 chunking out the health bars, decide to go for the Elder. Kingen's still ready. TP coming back in for DRX. Zeus and Oner here in the pit. Zeus goes over the wall, but Kingen's ready to find him. Q1, Q2, finds his place back inside the pit. Drake gonna slightly reset.
Gonna come down to a smite fight. Kingen ult is off. BeryL has the ultimate back up. No carries on the flashes.
Look at the trap line. Look at the Caitlyn. He's trying to stun him away. Oner goes in. Oner is down. The Drake secured. T1's jungler trying to do it. T1's going for the base. They're going for the Nexus. Can they do it in time? Kingen comes back. Elder Drake at the ready. But what can he do? Q3. No damage just yet. Elder Drake. The execute. Zeus is down. DRX. Hold on.
Kingen, he gets back, he does it! Gumayusi's gonna find the ultimate onto Pyosik, but they still have the Elder Dragon buff on DRX. They're gonna run straight back into the hearts of T1.
Can they end? Is this it? T1 are so vulnerable and wounded. DRX have the Elder Dragon. 4 members down. It's on Gumayusi to hold the line. DRX are coming for their World Championship title.
The Cinderella story! DRX are pushing in!
DRX, they're on to inhibitor turret number 1. Only Keria is going to be up. It's still 10 seconds on Oner. DRX will march forward. Keria wants to hit the wave. Kingen goes to the Whirlwinder. Gumayusi is dead. They have been doubted. They have been discounted. They have been dismissed. But DRX are your 2022 World Champions.
They complete the miracle run.
We have just witnessed the most incredible story in history. DRX have done it. T1 are shell-shocked. They're stunned.
No 4th seed had even made it to finals, let alone winning the World Championship. Deft in his 10th year.
He won the world title. He's won MSI, he's won LPL, he's won LCK, he's won Rift Rivals against Korea and China, but he's never won a world championship, and he's done it. He's done it.
One of the greatest finals in League of Legends history. People are going to be watching that VOD for years to come until the servers go down. What a show from these two teams.
Deft beats Keria. They wanted the title together. Only one can walk home victorious. And Deft has had to see so many of his former teammates succeed without him.
All of the emotion, the whole year boiled down to this. The group of friends that made the miracle run through all the objective steals. The mentality of diamonds, untiltable, unassailable, DRX world champions.